The only last question I've got then is, because you said you had dealings with Curtis Warren.
Yeah.
How's he doing now?
Me and Curtis have got a very strained relationship. Yeah. Curtis Warren was the one that started the rumour about me being a snitch. Yeah. Because of something that happened in London. Yeah. I was with two guys. One's dead. One's my brother, and one was dead. The guy that was dead was the guy that made the statements. I never made no statements. Yeah. Well, that statement would have been online now, but I explained what happened to Curtis. Yeah, right, because we got arrested and we got out. And I explained to him it was a Ben copper called DCI Alec Lindsay. If he's still working, yeah, he won't be a DCI Alec Lindsay now, but he was a Ben policeman, yeah, who tried to get me to give evidence against somebody else. Yeah, I said to him that I would. Yeah, right, got out of prison and he never saw me again. Yeah. He tried to get me to make a statement. I wouldn't make a statement. He put the lad in my cell who made the statement. Yeah, which he wasn't supposed to do. That's when I knew he was a Ben copper. That's when I knew I could get out. Yeah, and I got out of the situation. I wrote about that in the book very clearly. So, because Curtis is a convicted cocaine dealer, that's why I actually used his name in the book. Yeah, right, because all of the names were changed, dates and times and places were changed. Yeah, right. And my solicitor read the book before anybody else, so I couldn't be prosecuted over it. Yeah, right. So everybody was given a different name other than him because he'd been found guilty of doing drugs. Yeah. And our lives have intertwined and come out. And Curtis was friends with Andrew John. Yeah. And Curtis and his crew, yeah, was always trying to split me and Andrew up because we were a threat to their power. You understand? Yeah, right. And they never trusted me, right? Because they always thought I was going to rip them off. Yeah, right. And I wasn't. I would have been part of the team. Yeah, right. But I had a reputation for that. Yeah, I had a reputation for stealing the drugs. Yeah. But what people don't know, yeah, right, is people that I work with I never fucked over. Yeah, unless they fucked me over first. Yeah, so we went to the same junior school. Yeah. Senior school, St. Martin's. He was a couple of years below me. Yeah. When I was 11, George Osu, yeah, used to make me get through windows and screw houses. Yeah, right. Yeah. So when I was too big for that, I used to make Curtis do that. Yeah. It was a rite of passage. It happened to us all. I didn't invent it. You understand? He went off to do. He went to prison. I went to do one of the, and then we came back. We came back together again. Yeah, right. And everything that we did is in the book. Yeah, right. And we made a lot of money. And I spoke to him on the phone about the book. Yeah. And he told me he's got no problems with me. I said, I've got no problems with you either. I've said to him, if you'd ever want to write a book, yeah, right, or do anything, yeah, let me be your agent because I'll put you into the right people. I don't think Curtis will ever do that, right? Because one thing I will say about Curtis, he's old school, yeah, right, and he doesn't talk to the police. There's no hint or whisper or anything of him being a snitch because he's got to be about 50, 56, 55, 56. Yeah, he's done 30 years jail. Snitches don't do that much prison. Do you understand? Because some people try to say he did this and he did that. He had a lot of problems with the Irish and he had a lot of problems with the Colombians. Yeah, you're right. They seem to have settled themselves down because he's been in prison so long. Yeah, you're right. They put another what's that when they take your money off? Yeah. Oh,
asset forfeiture.
Yeah,
seizure.
Yeah. Saying to him, you've got to pay this amount of money or do more prison. He's doing more prison, but he's due home any time.
Is he?
Yeah, he's due home any time.
Which prison is he in?
He was on Jersey the last time I heard. I don't know where he is now. He was in a prison in Jersey. I don't know where he is now. You're right. We don't really keep contact. You're right. He was family to my ex-wife. Yeah, he was family to my ex-wife, and we knew each other from school. Yeah, right. But it's he's in prison. I'm not. The passage of time. Yeah, if I seen him, I'd speak to him. If he seen me, he speak to me. Yeah, right. There's a begrudging acrimony. Yeah, right. Because I actually talk about him in the book. He is the one. I've got a nickname called the Long Fella, and it was him that gave me the nickname the Long Fella. When somebody say, because I was talking to a friend of mine, he said, "Oh, you see the Long Fella?" Yeah, that was my name. Yeah, and I used to have 3 samurai swords in my window. Yeah, and he told somebody, "Yeah, I know where Frenchie lives. He's got the 3 samurai swords in his window." And that's when I thought to myself, why are you talking to people about where I live? Yeah, right. So there was always a friction with us. You get me? There was always a friction with us. The problem that he had with me, the real problem that he had with me is he couldn't fight like me. You understand? He couldn't fight like me. He was smart and he could do all that, but he wasn't as violent or as that me. And he didn't know when I was going to pop or when I was going to go. So he tried to get Andrew to turn against me. Yeah, but it didn't work. It didn't work. And Andrew died, and then I came out of jail. Yeah, right. Came out of jail. And then you got Curtis and all Andrew's big money friends. Yeah. And he's got a wooden cross, mate. You get me? He's got some poxy little wooden cross. Yeah. So me and a lad called Johnny Riley. Yeah. We started a kitty. Yeah. And we got up to about £10,000 we paid for Andrew's monument. Yeah. Which would be about maybe 150, maybe 200 grand now. Yeah. Because that was like 30 years ago. Yeah. No, sorry. Maybe 50 grand now. Yeah, something like that. And I had to come out of jail and do that. And then all these guys that were being whispered in his ear and doing that, when it's time to bury him, and pay some money on him. When we started doing it, then he started wanting to come around and put money in, and I told him to fuck off. I said, me and Johnny will do it. Yeah, we don't want your fucking money. We'll do it. And Johnny and me paid for it. Johnny was a very good friend of mine. Yeah. He listened to the shit about to Curtis and Curtis's mates about me being a snitch and that. Yeah, right. And he sided with them. Johnny had a nice garage. They ended up taking that off him, and he seen them for what they were in the end. Yeah, right. Just money hungry guys. Curtis could have revitalized the black community. Yeah, right. But he'd make us buy off him. Yeah. And lay on the white boys. You know what laying on is? Yeah.
No.
Laying on is when you get the drugs free. You get the drugs to sell them, yeah, and then you can pay for the money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's called laid on. Yeah, right. He wouldn't lay anything on us. We had to pay. So he'd give them 10s and 20s, and he'd make us buy 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, he'd let us buy 1 and give us 1 on strap, if I remember right. Yeah. Anyway, I've got no animosity towards him. Yeah, right. I don't think he's got any animosity towards me. Yeah. The book's 12, 13 years old now. Yeah. And he's been in prison most of that time. Yeah. I spoke to him on the phone about the book because somebody told me he had a problem when I got hold of his number, and I spoke with him, and he said, "No, you're doing what you're doing. It's not my style. You do what you're doing. Happy days." And he knows I'm not a snitch, even though he put it out there, because he used to save me. You understand? And if he thought I was a snitch for a minute, he would never have saved me. And he used to save me himself. You understand? Yeah, right. So all I ever wanted as a young was to be on that crew, because that was the money crew, mate. That was the money crew. Yeah, and most of his crew, and Tony Braid, Micah Hain, and did you remember Elmer? Elmer something, the copper, can't remember the second name. They all ended up going to prison, didn't they? So, yeah, I think that's about a wrap, isn't it?
You've been very generous with your time, Stephen. We've gone over 3 hours.
Have we?
Is there anything you want to say in conclusion to the people watching this?
Yeah.
When you give some powerful stories, you give a good moral message to the kids.
Listen. Yeah, you're right. I'm very... I'd rather help than hinder. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And I'm very easy to get hold of on social media. You're right. Any young fellas, anybody that having a problem and they want to speak to me, yeah, you can inbox me and I'll get...
We're going to put all of Stephen's links below this video. Yeah. So if you're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever.
I do. Listen to this. So I'll finish off with this. Yeah, right. Why do I love social media? So in 2010 or something like that. Yeah, right. After the Danny Dyer stuff. Yeah, right. There's 6 Twitter accounts. There's 6 Facebook accounts. There's 6 Instagram accounts, all in the name of Stephen French, and none of them are me. Yeah, you're right. Saying things that I would never say. Yeah. So I came on social media to set the record straight. Yeah. And I do Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I do Facebook because I like Facebook. Yeah, right. I don't do Instagram. Yeah, right. And I answer my comments on my own page. There's a guy on Twitter doing a no context site. It's a parody site. Yeah, right. And he's got 14,000 followers. Yeah. He got 14,000 followers. And I didn't know that it was so I contacted him and said, Twitter, and said, but it's allowed. Then I seen his content. So I contacted him and I wished him the best of luck of doing it, because he actually says I'm not Stephen French. Yeah, and it's a parody. I've got a sense of humour. Yeah, right. You can have a laugh and a joke with me, but you can't tell me that I'm a rapist and I'm a nonce on the grass, because I'm not. Right. But there's hundreds of TikToks of me. Yeah. There's a girl put my face on her body, doing this crazy dance, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. So I'm just a normal fella. Yeah, I'm just a normal fella with fighting spirit. Yeah, I've got a lot of fighting spirit. Yeah, and I want to do some good. Yeah, I want to do some. I've done enough bad. Yeah, I want to do some good. And this is my message. Yeah, right to anybody. Just leave me alone. Yeah, leave me family alone. Leave me alone. If you don't like me and you think I'm full of shit, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. Yeah, right. Because opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one. Yeah, right. Let me do me. You do you. Yeah, right. If you're interested in me, yeah, right. And if you think I can do something for you to help you, yeah, I'm easy to get hold of, and I'll be delighted to. It's like you got hold of me. Yeah, you asked me, boom, boom, and here I am. Yeah, right. My benefit, your benefit. So if I put it into a good soundbite, yeah, I've put down my guns. I've put down my knives. Nobody's going to tempt me by sending me stupid messages and calling me names to make the same mistakes that I've made. Yeah. When I was doing the anti-gun campaign and stuff, yeah, right, and I stepped wide open and pistol whipped somebody with a gun, I got took to the brink and went over. Yeah, right. Now I know when I'm getting close to the brink not to do it. So there's nobody better than me to talk about it. There's nobody better than me, because I've been an anti-gun campaigner. I fucked it up with a hypocritical act by pistol whipping somebody. Yeah. Now, yeah, right. I've been getting provoked. Yeah. Now I know how to handle it, because I'm not on cocaine. Yeah. Therapy worked wonder for me. And look at me, Shaun. Look at me. I know how healthy I look, you know. I know how well I look. Yeah. And that's because I'm living clean, I'm living right, and I love to fight. I love to fight, but I found a new arena to fight in. Yeah, civil litigation. I don't use the police. Yeah, the police are useless. Yeah, right. But if you slander me, if you come on, see, if you call me names now, yeah, right. Well, that's slander. If you write it down, yeah, right, it's libel. Yeah, right, and I'll put you in court. You get me? If you say something about me on my page that's not true, yeah, right, and I can identify you, yeah, I won't send the police to you, yeah, right? I'll sue you for 10 grand. You'll cost you 10 grand to defend yourself against me, yeah, right? So that's my new way of fighting, yeah, you're right? Doesn't make me a snitch using the courts. It makes me defending myself. This is me finishing shot. It's beautiful, and it's just come to me. When I was in prison, I did a course called Resolve. Resolve teaches you to challenge your core beliefs. My core belief, Shaun, was that I could do anything to defend my family, my friends and my family, including murder. Yeah, you fuck about with me too much, right? And I'll take your head off your shoulders. I'll chop you till your head falls off. Yeah, and I've got that in me. Okay. I've now changed that core belief that I can do anything I want to protect me and my family as long as I stay within the realms of English law. Because I'm not going back to prison for anybody. There's a caveat to that. Yeah, and the caveat is my daughters. You understand? Yeah. Try anything with my daughters because of me. Yeah. And my martial arts master had over 5,000 students altogether. Yeah. And he chose me to have his katana, his samurai sword. Yeah, right. Because I'm a modern day samurai. Yeah. I'll shove that samurai sword in you. Yeah. And then shove it in myself. Because I'm not going to jail forever. You're right. But stay away from me and my family. Because I'm still the same guy. Yeah. You're right. Now, it takes nothing. See, I can do it with them. Yeah, it takes nothing to do that. And it takes nothing to do that. Yeah, you're right. It takes some courage to do that. Yeah, right. That's not what I want. Yeah, you're right. I don't want that for myself. I don't want that for anybody else. You're right. You can attack and say anything you want about me, and I'll be watered off a duck's back. Leave me children and my grandchildren out of it. Yeah. If you can do that, see, I've had to isolate myself from my family. Yeah, right, because people make threats. When they can't get to me, they make threats against my family. Yeah, right. So now, my family doesn't live in Liverpool. I don't live in Liverpool. Yeah. Because there's an undercurrent mentality in Liverpool of horridness, just horrible for horrible's sake. Yeah, and I don't know what it is, and I don't know whether it's just symptomatic to Liverpool, but I see a very prevalence in Liverpool. I call it envy and jealousy. Yeah, right, because I've been stalked by envy and jealousy my whole life. Yeah, right, because I'm a slick. Yeah. And I know I am. You understand? I actually know how slick I am. Yeah, right. And I'm not saying that, look at me. Yeah, I'm a big-headed, yeah, right. I know who I am, what I've done. Yeah. In my chosen sport, I was a world champion. Yeah. In my chosen profession, yeah. Old school G. Yeah. Everybody in the country knows who I am. Everybody in the country knows what I did. Yeah. And before the books or the TV or anything like that, yeah, the reputation was justified. Yeah. When I stopped doing everything and stopped filing everybody said, oh, he's lost his bottle. He's lost his bottle. This is gone. That's gone. Ask that guy I pistol whipped. Yeah, if my bottle's gone. You understand? But I don't want that for myself. Yeah. So my new core belief is I can defend myself and my family by any means necessary as long as I stay within the realms of English law. And that's what I'm going to do. If you mess about with me, I'm going to sue you. Yeah. I'm not going to go to the police and make a statement. I'm just going to put you straight in court. Yeah. Pay the court fees. Yeah, and sue you. Yeah, right. And then you'll have a judgment against your name, or you have to pay the money. Yeah, right. Because you want to come and fuck about with me. Just leave me alone. Let me do what I'm doing. Yeah. I enjoy my social media. Yeah. And I would just like to say, I've put down hatred. I've put down darkness. I've put down despair. And I've embraced love light and hope. Yeah. Because I'm hopeful about the future. I'm hopeful that I can help people. I'm hopeful that good will overcome evil. That all the nonsense will be exposed. That what they're trying to do will fall flat. Yeah, right. And that the societies will return to the people who they're supposed to be, and we'll finally get some decent people running the governments, because it's just coming very clear, isn't it, Shaun, that they're just bent. Yeah, right. And it's obvious, and it's obvious to anybody that's free thinking. Yeah, right. What they're up to.